Before taking this forward and going ahead with your interview, I would like to request you to talk about this particular book so that my audience will be able to understand more about this.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Prasanna, for recognizing this book. So it's an interesting book. I'll just give a background about how we started with this book. So I'm a member of Global Engineering Deans Council. It's a global body which has more than 500 deans all over the world. They have vice chancellors, they have heads of institutes, and all top people from industry also. And this forum thought that why, though the women are becoming engineers, the percentage of women engineers is improving, but then we see a very few women at the top in the leadership role. So they took the first initiative. It's with the GEDC, and there is another global body called as IFES. So they both decided that let us take an initiative with the women leaders who are already in leading positions all around the world. So they started their first book, which was on rising to the top. I'll just show you this book. So this was the first book, and they had selected some 32 women leaders all over the world. And luckily I was one of them, and and I contributed one chapter on this. And then when I was going through this book, I felt that the challenges which women faces, whether she is in India or in Australia or in America, it's similar, not very different. Though the traditions and customs in every country are different, but still the challenges like early education, there is no problem. But when you go to higher education, college education, the challenges start. Some places there are early marriages. But after the college education, then there is a challenge of entering into men's world when it comes to engineering especially. And there the acceptance is that you are a woman, why don't you, take up some office job? Why don't you take up a job which is near to your house? Or will you be able to go and do survey? Because I was a civil engineer. So they used to say, how will you do survey for the road work? And so when I was reading the book, I saw similar challenges faced by other women engineers also. And then, but the book is a big source of inspiration and a motivation, because anyone who reads this book will understand that, okay, I can do it. And that feeling, makes a person go ahead. Because there are ambitions with every person. Every lady has aspiration. Just like a male, a female also has aspirations. A female also has emotions, isn't it? So everything is same. Absolutely. Isn't it? So, but the feeling, because of the societal pressure, because of the pressure from the family, a woman keeps thinking that, okay, my primary work is to look after kids. I must give time to my small kids, otherwise they will suffer. A lot of those pressures are brought from the family members. And that's why that is next hurdle which comes in the progression of career to be a leader. And once you are out of it little bit, then you are lagging behind the others, and the time which you can give is little bit less. But then of course, despite all these challenges, a woman who is determined can reach to the top. Okay. So the same thing was in the mind, and then the GEDC and IFES, they both decided that let us make it more region wise. And that's how the second book, which is Rising to the Top, Volume 3, this is specially designed for the India and its culture. So I was given this task of doing the work of production editor, and then I could identify some 32 women leaders. Actually we identified 50 plus, but then only 32 could give the chapter till the end, because there was COVID and there were a lot of challenges. And that's why, so we have some 30 women leaders in India who have given their chapters, and they have beautifully described the challenges in terms of India, our customs, our tradition, our families, the way our families are made. And best thing is, in this book we have selected women leaders from Jammu Kashmir to Kanyakumari. So from north to south and east to west, and of course central India. So it's from all over India geographically. And when I did the chapters of, when I was editing it, I could see more or less the similar challenges faced. Like few women had parents who had a mindset that they have to educate their daughters. There were people who were less literate themselves, but then they wanted their daughter to be educated, highly educated, so they did everything to educate their daughter. So there, though there were problems of giving money in the form of fees or whatever challenges were there, they could overcome because they were determined that my daughter should get educated, right? So very interesting, beautiful, inspiring stories. The struggle of women from childhood to the top position they are occupying, and this will, I'm very sure, inspire every Indian girl in every school, in every college. I say they should start reading from the school age, because reading is something which makes you as a personality. Okay, so if you go through this book, read, and small chapters are there, and it will surely make you think that I can do it and I should do it. And of course, maybe you will have to fight with the system, you may have to fight with the society for small things. I am not saying it's a very big fight. For small things, you may have to make your presence felt, but then all that is important. Okay. So I think I want to dedicate this book to all the colleges, schools, and the girls who are studying there, that go through this book. It will surely help you shape your career.
Would you like to encourage your fellow academicians to make this book available so that girls and other women from their institute would be able to get a copy of this book and they can read that?
Yeah. So it's digital era. So this book is available on Amazon. It's available on Flipkart. It's there on Kindle also. Okay, so you can get it on any of these digital platform. You can get it if you go to Kindle, you will get the soft copy, and other Flipkart and Amazon, you will get it as the hard copy. So you can directly order over there, and there is a discount also. So good discount is being offered on this book. It hardly costs around 200 plus rupees.
I have a lot of interviews lined up in the next months. So I will give you an assurance that wherever I will go, whomever I will interact, I will make sure that I will introduce this book first to them. I will also give this bite of yours to them so that they can get a quick glimpse about it. I will encourage them to order a few copies of this particular book and make it available for their girl students or all the other women in the organization, their organization, so that they can get inspired through this book.
Yeah, and Prasanna, one more thing I would like to add. It's for boys and girls both.
Yes.
Right?
Sure.
Because we have to coexist.
Exactly.
So I think even the males, when they go through it, they will realize the challenges women face. And then as their spouse, they'll be able to support them throughout their life. So maybe their daughters, their spouse, their sisters, they will understand the challenges they are facing and they'll be more supportive. And of course, in the workplace, they will have women working with them. They will be able to understand them better.